Welcome. You're watching We Are Your Children, the New Rights War on the LGBTQ community. And this is part one, A Fact-Free World. I'm Dave Balog. I'm the author and information officer for 1,000 Moms for LGBTQ youth. What in the world is the right wing doing to the LGBTQ community? And of course, other minorities. Let's protect an already incredibly vulnerable LGBTQ community. Well, this is a special series on a disturbing trend in our media and in our politics. Cultures and religions around the world have long rejected LGBTQ people in one way or another. There's been great progress, but wide discrimination remains. Listen to the words of Dr. Eric Kandel, Nobel Prize winner and Columbia University professor. More and more, the facts of sexual development are settled and willfully ignored. The problem for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer people is urgent, particularly transgender people of color. They suffer horrifically high rates of depression, substance abuse, suicide, and murder. As we understand the biology of our gender identity and sexual orientation better, we can become more empathic to someone else's identity and orientation. Well, you can quickly see what's happening by the headlines. Montana governor signs law banning transgender care for minors. Anti-drag legislation isn't just about drag. Florida bill protecting conscience allows doctors to deny treatment, and that is foremost denying treatment to LGBTQ people. The ACLU is tracking 320 anti-LGBTQ bills across the United States. They need your help. And who are the voices? The right-wing echo chamber who is poisoning millions of minds every day, every week. Let's start with upper left Bill Maher, who has become a strange figure, um, aligned with the right, echoing what they say, revealed himself to be a homophobe. Then we have on the right Charlie Kirk, speaks at the speed of light and uses a forceful, nasty, harsh tone to deny any dissent. And then on the lower left, Michael Knowles, a former actor who is playing a role and loving it and going to the bank quickly. And on the lower right, we have Ben Shapiro, again, somebody who draws millions of people, goes to college campuses, speaks and gets into confrontation where his rapid fire, nail spitting manner just precludes any discussion. And the poor kids, the poor students who face off with him just get dismissed. And of course, we can't forget the worst offender in the center here, Tucker Carlson, who recently lost his platform at Fox News, but he'll come back. His words and his style are too valuable to advertisers, to uh, gaining viewers. Um, Another strange one. And of course, on the far left, we have Governor Ron DeSantis of the aforementioned state of Florida. And over on the right, Joe Rogan, who is the king of the know nothings on the internet. Joe Rogan was America's preeminent COVID vax denier, and he went to extensive measures to just spew lies and distortions about the life-saving COVID-19 vaccine. And they all seem to work on the word woke. And that's become a non-word anymore. I mean, they claim the liberals are woke, and that's a bad thing. Suddenly a bad thing. And they've just devalued the word and confused everyone in the process. And I guess that is part of their method. Distort, confuse, and make people angry. So angry, so confused, so poisoned that the organization Equality Florida has has put out a travel warning for the state of Florida for any LGBTQI potential visitors. It's just not safe. It's not safe to be in public. It's not safe to be even in private in a gay bar or a gay meeting place. That's the power of poisoned voices on the airway spewing hate. And why target sexual minorities? Well, this is Professor Jason Stanley of Yale University, and he's the author of How Fascism Works, The Politics of Us and Them. He speaks clearly that fascism elevates the state at the expense of individuals. When Donald Trump was president, we became dangerously close to losing our democratic republic to a right-wing power elite. And now folks like Bill Maher seem to want to conveniently forget that that happened in astonishing uh, failure of memory, but it's really a deliberate ploy. Professor Stanley says that growing fascism depends on several factors, one of which is the targeting of sexual minorities. The media people we've mentioned and others exploit people's fears, protecting them from otherness. They say that the LGBTQ community is no longer harmless, if it ever was. Now they're coming after your children. And just a point on Jason Stanley, he of course has said that going after sexual minorities has always been a part of the fascist playbook. It worked under Hitler, and it is a way to stoke fear in the majority, and it's a proven winner for anyone with a fascist ideology. Well, what can we do? First, vote. Always vote. Can't ever sit out an election anymore. Always be registered to vote, register others, and tell them the importance of voting right now. Every election, school board on up. Go to the League of Women Voters website, and we'll have the link for you in the description below this video for reliable, accurate information on this most precious right, voting. And we must remember what President John F. Kennedy said. The ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. And I urge you to check out 2 books we have produced. 1, Parents Love Your Gay Children, and 2, Say No to Fascism. More information, again, is in the description below this video. Click the links and you can start reading for free immediately. Well, thank you for your time. These are very, very challenging, difficult periods we're living through. We can't go asleep and wake up next year. The election is upon us already, and it is, as with all elections now, critical. And if we want to maintain the world's greatest democracy, the world's greatest democratic republic. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Be well. And here's a message for LGBTQ youth. If and when you feel upset or isolated by the hate rhetoric around us, know that you are not alone. Many people love and care about you and are working toward better days, more enlightened periods for all of us. And if you are directly faced by an ignorant, hateful person, remember, you are smarter than them and you are better than them. And look for our next video in this series, The Brain and Sexuality. Thank you for watching. Be well.